Hey, praise El Shaddai, praise El Shaddai. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna listen. This is historical film. This is their platform, but I want to talk about how they was trying to hem up Tupac. We know about the rape allegation. We know about he was convicted of touching the buttocks of Ayanna Jackson, which we all know that was some, them what they did, what they convicted him for was we know that it wasn't it was if you go back and look at that case of what happened to Tupac, it was bogus. It was BS. Okay, and what's going on with George Foreman? They're going after him now. Okay, 1974, they're going after George Foreman. They're trying to get money out of him. George Foreman, the George Foreman grill, he's worth 300 some million. So now I want to talk about how Tupac, the interview from the Art of Dialogue. We interviewed this lady who was dating him at the time. How they tried to make her. I mean, they basically make her get out of. Somebody told her to get out of town because they were going to go after her because they said that she appeared to be underage, but she wasn't. And they was going to try to use this video to try to say that she was a minor when Tupac was videotaping her because they were having sex. So that's what they were doing back in the 90s, videotaping girls because, remember, does that sound like somebody? A lot of celebrities would do that because they didn't want to get him. They didn't want to be, accused of taking advantage of women. So they would ask for permission. Hey, is it okay if I, videotape you? Does that sound like somebody who was convicted of the Mann Act, racketeering, sex trafficking? But they was really going. They really was going after this man right here, man. He was 17 years old in here. Very smart, very articulate. He wasn't talking about no thug life, anything like that. But he's very smart. I want y'all to listen to this interview, man, from the Art of Dialogue. Subscribe to his channel, man. He has good content, great interviewer. So listen to what he got to say in this interview with this young lady.
He had interviewed the, in fact, person, and they took that tape when they came to arrest him for the sexual assault. They confiscated, I guess a whole bunch of stuff. We're looking for any type of evidence.
YouTube, this is fair use. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the Art of Dialogue. Okay, it's fair use.
And they saw that tape. We were both. What's hilarious is we weren't that fucked up. Like, it was weed.
Sorry about the explicit lyrics. But I have to let this play out because we got to get the truth. I want to get the truth out here, y'all, about what's going on. And then, what happened to this man, how he was set up, how they set up a lot of these artists in that dark industry. And I pray to God they get their life to Jesus, man. They didn't wind up in the situation he was in or anybody else. Continue.
It was a drink or two or three. And, what ended up happening with that was they put that out. His lawyer, he called me, told me his lawyer would be contacting me, his lawyer's name, and that he was going to come have lunch with me and we would discuss, he needed to interview me to see what direction he was going to need to take this in. But as truth would have it, I'm not going to say my age, but I'm sure I don't look how old I really am. And when I was young, I looked younger than I was, but I wasn't underage.
Did you hear that? She said when she was young, she didn't look her age. She said when she was young, she did not look her age. Now we all were young. And when I was young, I didn't look my age either. And a lot of us dated in the hood. A lot of these girls were of age, but they didn't look their age. Continue, sweetheart.
After speaking to his lawyer, his lawyer had given me a good suggestion because he said he wasn't going to tell the police who I was, but that didn't mean that they couldn't find out or that they wouldn't keep investigating it further. So, he said if I had somewhere to kind of lay low and get out of the mix, it would be a good time to do that. I think my mother probably more so my father would have not been cool with that. You know, I would have hated to, you know, at the time it was taboo. I wouldn't have liked that to come out. But, you know, I think it is true. They were looking for any little thing to charge this man with, and they tried it with that and blew it out of proportion. You know, I remember being on the train with some of my friends and seeing this paper right before Thanksgiving and knowing, I knew from the moment that I saw it that it had to be me because, oh my God, that tape was months old and he just kept taking it with him everywhere he went. And I was like, luck would have it, you know, they would snatch that. So I don't know whatever happened to the tape. I guess, I don't know, but
do you think the police still got that videotape in their possession or no?
you know, that's a good question. I would say it is probably two things. Either when the case was over, they gave it back to him, but he never said nothing about it. And maybe they still believed that there was a minor, who knows? Because, like I said, his lawyer, Mr. Warren, never gave them my name, you know, or they destroyed it because I think they only hold evidence for a certain amount of time. Another alternative could be someone stole it out the, who knows? You know, I don't know. I don't know where that tape is. I doubt it will ever see the light of day, you know, but that's a good question. I wonder where it is.
Crazy, man. They was trying to do Tupac dirty, huh? Because he just got caught up with the Ayanna Jackson incident. The chick that accused him of assault.
They arrested
because he got arrested on November 18, 1993, and that article was on November 26, so don't find in the tape. So, yeah, that's crazy, man. And they try to find you and pressure you to go at Tupac. So, yeah, man, that sounds like a setup, man.
I think if they would have got their hands on me, they probably would have tried that. But that would have never, like, I would have never done that. You know, and I'm just thinking like how dirty cops can be. Like they probably would have been like, oh, your whole, you know, the whole world's gonna, you know, and that's why, like his lawyer said, you know, if you have relatives or you have somewhere you could go, you know, he was like, because if they do find out who you are, like, you know, you could have a frenzy, a media frenzy outside your front door, and I was not gonna have that. And as well as
you hear that, y'all? They're really coming after Tupac, man. They were trying to set him up. They basically were trying to make her, you know, say she was underage and of this videotape. And she was not underage. But she looked like she was underage. But she wasn't. Does that remind you of a videotape? Did everybody say it was a 13? Continue.
That, but I just didn't want to make things worse for his situation. You know, so it's like no police contact, no conversation needs to be had. You know, so, but his lawyer gave me his card. He told me, you know, if anything, he would put me with a lawyer because he couldn't represent both of us in that situation. You know, it would be a conflict of interests. And, you know, but he, you know, he gave me some pointers on how to handle myself. And it was funny because Pop was like, you really impressed my lawyer. He really liked you. He was talking like so highly of you. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. Okay, you know, sitting here like, did he see the fucking tape? But yeah, that was the situation. I think that also made him see, like, you know, I was not a fair weather friend. I was there for him, and I, you know, would never have turned on him in that situation. You know, they were trying to probably, establish a pattern of conduct because their case was not as strong as they were trying to pretend it was. So if you could get a whole bunch of women to, you know, jump on the bandwagon like what they do nowadays, you know.
Did you hear that? Start a pattern, get a bunch of women jump on the bandwagon. What does that sound like, y'all? Nowadays, the Me Too, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. I like this system, man.
And not to discredit people who have been abused or in situations, but there are cases where, you know, people say, hey, you know, maybe a paycheck, a payday. Let's all say, hey, something happened to me, you know, which is foul because it discredits women that something really did happen. And in my case, there was nothing that happened. It just happened then. It happened after. We were dating. So that's what people who date do. They just don't always tape it.
Well, you see, basically the name of his video, go out check out the Art of Dialogue. The police was basically trying to, get this woman, Tupac. He was trying to say that she was underage. That's what they was gonna try to do to Tupac, man. After if he hadn't got shot or killed in Las Vegas, if he hadn't got no competition, nothing like that, they's gonna get Tupac, man. He would have been like R. Kelly. And y'all probably said, no. Oh, yeah. That's basically what she's trying to say. She had to leave. You know what I'm saying? See, women nowadays, they got this Me Too, time's up. They got the politicians in their back pocket. You know what I'm saying? See, did they have women groups back then? Yeah, but it's not as strong as it is now because you got the LGBT in it, helping them. You got the Black Lives Matter. You got the Democratic Party. You got all these groups funding these organizations. You're all helping each other, man. And it's big. Billionaires helping them. They was on this man. They was on him. They was going to bring this man down by any means necessary. The police found a sex tape of Tupac. She said and said that I was underage. Yeah, that's the name of his video. They was trying to say he was with an underage girl. That's what they were gonna try to use against him in the future. If he had got killed, if he had gotten in the competition, that's what they're gonna try to do to Tupac, man. Y'all probably said, nah, they weren't gonna do that. So study these rappers and talking about he got Biggie killed. Man, nobody want to hear all that old, man. Nobody wants to hear no beef between Tupac or Marshall Shakur and Christopher Wallace. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear that stuff no more. Let's talk about when they were friends. Let's talk about when they were friends. Let's talk about trying to save these kids, man, from joining gangs and stuff like that. Let's talk about, people trying to help build schools and stuff like that and trying to get back to our community. I don't want to hear about no Tupac and Biggie Tupac getting Biggie killed. This is all they do. All these rappers and all these entertainers do is talk about some beef. That's all they do. Jason Taylor getting on the drink champs talking about Tupac got Biggie killed. We talking about something almost 30 years ago. None of them came out and said nothing about Bill Cosby, R. Kelly getting the Mann Act. 100-year-old racist slave law, which should have been abolished. That law should have been abolished, man. None of them said nothing. See? But now you got, this woman speaking about what they tried to do to Tupac, man. We know he was hit with accused of being, and got convicted of touching the buttocks. But this here, I never heard this one here. But they were trying to come after him. So, Tupac, R. Kelly, same old story, same old song, just different souls, man. Difference is that R. Kelly's still alive. He still have a chance. Because he's still breathing. He still have a chance to. Still have a chance with God, man. Mr. Shakur, he got shot, man. He got murdered. And I got to be honest. He got murdered and he got killed in a way that you don't want to die. You don't want to die like that, man. Being angry. Going out like being dead in your sin, a slave to your sin. And I'm just speaking the truth. I know people gonna come on my channel and say, "Oh man, You speak, hey man, I'm speaking what it was, man. Pac was angry. He was beefing. They were beefing each other. Yes, he got shot out there, and I get it, man. But you don't want to get murdered. You don't want to leave this world unless you're right with God, man. That's all I'm saying, man. Unless you're right with God. I hear people on other some of these Tupac channels, not talking about all the dollar, but Machiavelli medias, they call Tupac Jesus. Somebody said, I pray to Tupac. Somebody said they pray to Machiavelli, man. They call this man Black Jesus. So I don't pray to no Jesus. I pray to Machiavelli. That is my God. Well, you see, God don't like stuff like that, man. I don't know. I can't quote the scriptures, man. I'm not gonna get biblical on y'all, but I gotta speak about God a little bit. Because there's a lot of lost souls out there, man. These celebrities is really got y'all messed up, man. Got some of y'all brainwashed. The media got y'all brainwashed. Believing everything that y'all see, everything that y'all read. And then, then when you got something, the truth in your face in black and white, you don't believe it. Now they're going after George Foreman now. Saw the interview with Andrew Wyatt speaking about on Hip Hop Uncensored. He basically saying he want to get paid. They didn't want to pay him. He warned them not R. Kelly. He warned the people in his camp, don't let him do that interview with Gayle King. And they let him do it anyway. And Steve Greenberg got some of Kel's royalties. How did that even happen? And you know what? I believe him. I believe him, man. That's messed up, man. That is really messed up. So he's just saying, hey, man, he didn't ask for any money, but now he's asking, hey, if I'm going to do this, pay me. And the people in his camp, y'all couldn't pay him to clean up his image. Man, y'all pitiful, man. The people around him. I'm just saying. I'm not here to disrespect anyone. I'm just saying, why did y'all allow that man to do the interview? If Andrew Wyatt said don't do it, it's not going to be good. It wasn't just he wasn't the only one that warned Mr. Kelly not do the interview. Why did y'all let him do the interview? If it was a setup from the beginning. Did you hear Gayle King? Now I look back at the interview. Gayle King said, hey, I'm surprised you even doing this interview. It was a setup, man. Not just from Gayle King. It was a setup from the whole camp. I ain't saying no names, man. But he said he told them not. He called the camp. He called in his circle, don't do the interview. He called the people in his camp and said, hey, don't do that interview. And they did it anyway? And Steven Greenberg got some of his royalties? What the hell is going on? I didn't want to believe it, man. But I said, damn, this man ain't lying. He's not lying. Oh, man. Poor Rob. Poor Robert Sylvester Kelly. You got to pray for Robert Sylvester Kelly, man. Pray for Jennifer Bonjean and her team. And continue to fight. Use our voices, man. And try to get through this, man. Hope you get through this, man. Pray to get through this. But I'm going to say this. Whoever was a part of this setup, I don't care who it was, you're going to pay for it. You should reap what you sow, man. That's all I got to say, man. I'm done talking about this. If you believe everything the media tells you, then you're nothing but a brainwashed slave. But nowadays, you're just a fool. So free yourself, free your mind, free your soul, and give it to the Lord Jesus Christ. If you do that, I guarantee you everything will be all right. With that being said, love is God, and God is love. My name is Calvin Eugene. I love you. If you give your life to Jesus, he will love you more. You can still call me Power That You Trust. But all the power is in El Shaddai. I gotta go, y'all. That's enough. I've been on it long enough, man. I'm tired. I'm about to go to bed. See y'all next one, man. Peace.